Hey y'all, I am Rumer Jones, a second-year pre-nursing student from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this video today, I will be just giving y'all some tips for academic success. I'm gonna mainly just be talking about how to plan your time, and stay tuned for more videos because there will be more. And yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm gonna just get right into tip number 1, which is structuring your academic schedule as if it were a 40-hour work week. Okay, structure your schedules for a 40-hour work week. So yes, that does mean breaking down day by day exactly what you're going to be doing so that you can just be ready for whatever comes during the day. Like, things are going to come, things are going to get real hectic real soon. You're gonna start to want to get more involved with everything. You're gonna want to start to do more things as you get more comfortable, and you got to make sure that you stand on top of what needs to be stayed on top of and prioritizing what needs to be prioritized. So making sure that you're writing down day by day. Yes, wake up, eat breakfast, do this, do that, go to class, leave class, go to the next class, leave that class, go eat lunch with friends. Like, make sure that you're just writing down exactly what it is you're doing and scheduling your weeks as if you were working full-time, because you're a full-time student. So now we're gonna get to tip number 2, which is using a planner and a calendar to write down all of your regular schedule activities, as well as due dates for papers, exams, plan time for sleep, exercise, and social activity. So with that being said, it's basically what it is. You take a planner, got me one right here, okay, yeah. And what you're gonna do in there is continue to, as I said in the first tip, write down your day-to-day activities. And don't leave out the fun. Don't leave out the exercise, the sleep. Don't leave out the normal things that any college student would do aside from academics, but make sure that you are prioritizing your academics. So I'm gonna do a little example. I'm gonna do an example on the calendar, and then I'm gonna show y'all exactly what your day should look like. And I can even show y'all the calendar that I have on my wall, because I continue to update that as I see fit when there are things that I know I need to do and get done as the hours progress throughout the days. So yeah. Tip number 3. So tip number 3 is all about studying. It's about knowing yourself and knowing what's best for you and taking out that time each week to do so. So when it comes to studying, I know for me personally, I am not the best studier when it comes to staying at home. I cannot do it because I'm just too comfortable here. Like, I've already prepared myself and made this room to be what I want it to be for comfort. So knowing that, I can't just sit in here and be like, I'm gonna be productive and study, because it's not gonna get done. I'm gonna get too lackadaisical. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna get in the bed, watch some Netflix in between, get on my phone, all of which is not helping me at all. So it's all about knowing yourself when it comes to studying, because some people like to study in loud places, some people like to study in quiet places, some people like a little music going on, some people like a little action, like they like people to be around and stuff like that. So it's all about what's best for you. There are places that you can go on campus, such as the library. There are outside locations on campus that you can sit and chill on your own, all keeping in with the CDC guidelines and the campus guidelines, and you'll be straight. You can also do bottom calf, I believe, and there's like different areas in there that you can sit down. And then also, if you are in your room and you have a desk and you sit up at your desk, that is perfectly fine. Like, do what is best for you. Personally, I can't do that, but y'all could do that. If that's for you, do it. And if you feel like what's the point in studying? Because I felt like that before, especially when I was coming to school. I felt like, what do I need to study for? You're gonna learn, you need to study. And that's just that. You gotta study, because how else are you gonna know what's what? How else are you gonna advance in your major and you're not taking what's for your major so seriously? Like, these things are it's now buckling down time. Like, you really have to get down to it. So studying once a week is definitely a good tip and a good idea for all incoming freshmen. So yeah, that was number 3. So this is tip number 4. And for tip number 4, it's all about taking time 10 minutes before classes and 10 minutes after classes. Now, you probably sitting up here wondering, like, I'm going in class and getting right out of class. I'm not taking no 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after. But these 20 minutes in total, these 20 minutes are very important to your success. I promise you. I promise you. And I never thought to do this, but this is very effective. Take 10 minutes before class to look over all of your previous notes from that class, just for a refresher. Because you know, when you get in class, that teacher gonna say something about last class, and you're gonna be sitting up there like, what are you talking about? Like, you said that? Really? Like, you're gonna be sitting there a little bit confused, and making sure to look over the notes that you did write in class will be effective, because you'll come in there ready to learn more about and ready to trail on from the notes that you've created already. And now the 10 minutes after class, to make sure you got everything down. Also, just to make sure that your notes are actually effective, because note taking itself is something to learn. Like, not everybody takes notes the same way. Note taking can be done in several different forms. Some people do all over the place notes. Some people like organized notes. Some people do columns and all of that other stuff. Like, it's really a task of its own. Just like studying is a task of its own. Like, note taking is its own thing. But making sure that you've written down all the notes that you wanted to get in, and also if you haven't written all of them down, making sure that you've communicated to your professor about that, and also getting the PowerPoints or whatever is necessary to get everything else down. That is very important. These 20 minutes, you don't think about it, but start thinking about it, because you will see a difference. And when them tests come, you're going to be ready, because you're going to be constantly in that mental state. You're going to be constantly on top of what you were learning in class. It's never going to be like, oh snap, I need a refresher. And whenever you come to studying, it won't be anything brand new, because you've already been refreshing your mind on what's being learned. So yeah, that's tip number 4. Take them 20 minutes and you're going to be happy. We're almost done, guys. We're at tip number 5. So tip number 5 is simply just breaking down large, unbearing tasks into smaller tasks. So say, for instance, you have like a project for a class. Say it's like a science project or something, and the professor gives you a due date for the project. So with that being said, let's backtrack. Let's go back to tip number 1 and 2. And what you're gonna do first is write down exactly what it is that you have to do on that calendar. And you're gonna plan your 40-hour work week out. And you're gonna also just make sure that you writing down everything you gotta do for these days, knowing and keeping in mind and writing on the calendar the due date for the project that you were just told about. And from there, you're gonna find time within those weeks that you do have before the project is due to do small little things. So they can be small as, okay, I'm gonna go to the grocery store today to get some of what I'm gonna need for this project. The next day could be, okay, I'm gonna take out some time today to read in my textbook to get some more details on the subject of my project. The next day will be, okay, now I'm gonna go and research online about some of the different topics, some of the different just resources I can use within my project. And then from there on, you're gonna continue to build up. And when that due date comes around and that day before comes, you're gonna be real happy that you did and took out the time for everything for the class and for that project. And you're gonna be set, because when the project comes, you're gonna feel very successful and confident in what you're about to present. So just making sure that you're breaking down tasks, making them more manageable, because stress, we don't need it. Stress, we don't want it. Stress, we don't need it. Stress, we don't want it. Hey, stress, we don't need it. Hey. No, but seriously, stress we don't want and stress we don't need. So breaking down these tasks will make everything a lot easier, and putting small little things in between the 40-hour work weeks that you're planning out, you're gonna be straight. You're gonna be good. So yeah, just make sure you're doing manageable tasks. And that's tip number 5. Now we're at tip number 6. Tip number 6 is for you. It is for you, fam, you 24. It is for you. Reward yourself. Reward yourself for planning out your 40-hour work weeks. Reward yourself for putting together a to-do list for day-to-day activities. Reward yourself for knowing that you can't study in your bed but going to the library, or knowing that you can't study in the library, so going to a coffee shop, or knowing that you can't study in a coffee shop, so just sitting right there at your desk. Reward yourself for those things. And just like I was talking about with the project, reward yourself for the small tasks that you get together to create a major project that you will be so fulfilled in. Reward yourself for everything that you do, because during this time, we as peer mentors understand completely how difficult things can be. We understand how trying these times are for you all, because there are so many things that are being stripped away. But through all of that, you all are doing the thing. You are doing it because y'all are here, and y'all are gonna learn, and y'all are gonna succeed, and y'all are gonna push forward, and that is all that should be rewarded. Keep watching these videos.